legend, I'm coming at you live. I come at you 9 to 5, but hey, that's okay. It's 3 a.m. It is time for the legend to begin. We're going to be rhyming about a trip to Baltimore, no doubt, no shit. My main man, Drew Manchu, he lives there. Damn, I hope he puts on his underwear. You never know how the flow's gonna go when you're watching the great legend on the Great Legend Show. Why don't we see the face that runs the place? I'm a rapping and a rhyming all over the place, you know. I got the flow, I got the rhymes. The Great Legend goes freestyle time to time. You know how I do it, don't deny. Everybody wants to be a me like fly. You know how we roll, you know how we go. I've already said it before, the Great Legend Show. You never really know what's going on the Comic Cold. So check Friday night off the rails for show. Keep the rhymes, keep the times, keep the flow damn straight. Now you know the Comic Core's got a contest. You gotta be the best. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. They always live Monday through Friday. You never know what time because it's on the core. Who could ask for anything more? I could keep going. You know I see 5 seconds in the future, 5 seconds of time. It allows me to buffer like a crazy mother effing fucker. But you know I ain't here to cuss. I'm not trying to ride that short bus. I'm here to say bust a rhyme. It is about contest time. Go to Baltimore Comic Con. Stay 3 days and it feels like you're smoking the bomb. But that ain't how we gonna roll. It's gonna be a good time. That's for sure. And man, that's how you do it. That's how you rhyme. That's how you go freestyle. I've said it before. I said it again. The intro is here. The man, or shall I say the myth, don't deny the legend. This is a Great Legend. I'm coming at you live. The voice is going because you know when you rhyme for a real long time and you ain't done it in a while, you want to bring your A game. You want to bring your style. And man, I'm happy to be here really late, 3 a.m. in the morning. I ought to be sleeping, you know what I mean? But man, I'm so excited. You know, I want to give some love. I want to give some shout outs to the Comic Core. Man, that's what it's all about. You got folks on there, stars in the YouTube comic book community, coming together like gel on a feather, man. I tell you, we got some great folks, man. We got some great folks. All I see is positive things from this community. No doubt about it. Did somebody say newsstand? That's one of the best man in the YouTube you ever going to see. I'm talking about Seawood19. That boy, not only does he got a great host capabilities, he's Seawood19. The girls love him because the man is fine. Love me some Seawood. How about, don't even get me started. Don't even make the legend begin. I set that up, see. Actually, I was about 10, 15 seconds before that little bit. I gave Seawood19 a shout out. He's like the host of our Friday Night Comic Core. He's the host of, the auction on the Comic Core. Great guy. But second to Wood on that Friday show, Off the Rails, I'd have to go with Cat Wren Figures. So the word was Cat Wren, right? So 15 seconds ago, I thought up of the line, blah, 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 don't even let me begin about my girl, Cat Wren. So I already was thinking about a setup for the rhyme to end with Cat Wren at the time. So you just got to kind of look into the future and never doubt yourself. Always set yourself up in the future for that next rhyme. And that's how you freestyle, man. So if any of you rappers are out there, any of you people that, prefer to do the scripts, I know Vince McMahon, he writes a lot of scripts for the wrestlers. And, I've always said that all of this stuff here, and not only in the comic book community, but you can always relate real life situations to professional wrestling. So, man, it's a lot of fun. But on the Comic Core, it's just a great channel. On Friday night, you got Discovery Bay Comics. The guy, the channel guide, man. Every day, the channel guide, he lets you know what you got in store for the whole comic book community. He'll go over the recap. He'll even open up one of those boxes that he's got stacked as high as the Eiffel Tower, Hold on, I got to take a little drinky here. Coke Zero, man. Coke Zero, I've lost some pounds, man. Hanging out at 207. You know what I mean? Who else we got in the Comic Core? We got one of the best. Okay, well, Kat Wren is actually one of the best. I don't know if I got to Kat Wren. One of the best hosts. Has a knack for it. She just, I could see her, and I've told some of my buddies this before. I don't know if I've ever told her, but I could see her like doing something big time, like doing like a comic show. Me and Howler, we never been fans of that Comic Girl 18 or 19 or whatever the hell she is. We kind of think it's like kind of fake, fake geek. Hashtag fake geek. That was something we used back in 2012, 2013. But I think Kat Wren, though, because Kat Wren is like legit, she's no BS. She is what she is. She's a fan of comics and pop culture. So when you have someone that truly loves the passion, not really out there trying to make a buck or anything, but really just trying to share her love for comic books and pop culture, man. You can't get any better than her. I think, and I don't want to be biased or anything, and I don't want to be sexist. I don't want y'all to think this is sexist. And, I know everyone likes to blow up things in the wrong way, but I just want to let y'all know, Kat Wren, I believe, in all of my 10 years of being on YouTube, she is the best overall female. Now, I love all my ladies. I love my Reader 1717, that DC comic girl, man, that DC comic queen, that girl, man. She's got some good love. She's got some reviews, man. I've seen Comic Book Mom back in the day, but I want to let y'all know, y'all need to check out this Kat Wren Figures if you haven't, man. I'm just saying. Also, got that secondary channel, Kat Wren Cinema. So check that out for all of her outside the issues, if you will, which is live tomorrow night, Thursday night. I want to say 9 Central Standard Time. You're going to get Outside the Issues, hosted by Kat Wren and Comic Core Chad. Sometimes C. Wood shows up, or whoever the guest is, that's talking about the show. And tomorrow night's show is episode 2 of Swamp Thing from the DC Universe. So, JB was awesome. Kat Wren, C. Wood. How can we not forget Drew Manchu? He's also a great reviewer, a comic book reviewer. Goes over some of his favorite characters, gives you a little history of the characters, some of the greatest story arcs. He'll talk about events and what's good, what's bad. I think he gets that from his Blaster Stash It crew, which still premiere all of their shows on Sunday night. I knew I was forgetting somebody, and he's a sickly guy, kind of like a Tiny Tim, if you will, from the Charles Dickens classic, A Christmas Carol. Gimp back and all. We got Midwest Comic Man, a guy you shave 20 years off his 80-year-old life. And, man, he was in his prime. He was totally in his prime. Dude had speed. He was just amazing athlete. But now, all of that's taken a back seat. And I always pray for him. I always think about him. I always reach out to him and his lovely wife, Ivy, who, God bless her. She's, keeping him on life support. I know we got some jerks on the Common Core. Sometimes, they like to rib. I don't know if you know what ribs are, but they like to rib, and they always say Paul gone too soon, or they'll have a candlelight vigil for Paul, or they'll come up with what they want to say in his obituary. But you know what? I think God has a plan for Paul, like he had a plan for a guy named Saul on the road to Damascus. And I think it's just going to take a little blinding light to Midwest Comic Man to see that he hasn't even started on his first adventure, if you will. I think there's a plan for that guy. I think what he has to do is he has to see the plan, envision the plan is there, like setting a goal. And then once he sees the plan, he will see, he will seek it out and stick to that plan, and then his new adventure will begin. And man, that's going to be a sight to see. And that's Paul, Midwest Comic Man, totally off the rails. Another guy I want to mention. This is kind of the guy, like I say, that when the great legend gets a little too old, and I can't stay up late Fridays anymore, and I join Midwest in the old folks' home. Me and Midwest will sit there and talk about the good old days of the golden age. Maybe that's the plan, actually. Maybe that's the plan. It's just the plan for me and Midwest to live out the rest of our days, our YouTube days. Me and Midwest, we go way back. We're Blaster Stashik brothers, and we always had the best times after the show, because then I would let Dave know some stuff he didn't know. Dave, I think my main man Huey, he wanted me in Blasted for the comedy. He wanted me in there for the entertainment. He wanted me in there for the persona. But dude, he got much, much more. Oh, Dave, man, you got some good knowledge from the legend. Legend still got something left up there. I mean, if you heard the intro to the show, the rhymes will tell you that much. But man, the guy I was going to let y'all know about before I went on me and Paul's future, or it could be an alternate future, or it could be a future that's currently going on in another multiverse, on another Earth, if you will. But I want to talk about our good friend Caleb, Comic Smurf Murphy. I know this cup's orange, but, and it's not blue. If it was Caleb Comic Smurf Murphy, it would be blue. I went ahead and brought the 2-liter in, just in case get a little thirsty, because I haven't checked the chat yet, but if Woodard shows up, which I doubt he will, or if Bake the Snake shows up where I've got to give like one of those, Vince McMahon, then I'll have to take more sips of this drink here. Of course, Woodard's a lot healthier than I am. He's probably got water. This is Coke Zero, so it's 0 calories, but it's a crap ton of sodium. So make sure if you drink these kind of drinks with the high sodium content, or if you just eat a lot of, I call them ramen noodles. You've seen the Great Chef Show. They ramen noodles, okay? I don't know about this ramen. I don't know about this manga. But in my neck of the woods, man, it's manga. It's manga, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And it's Raymond's Noodles, dude, But Caleb Comic Smurf Murphy, I love the guy. He's got tons of passion. He's got tons of energy. He's got some kick-ass one-liners. I think he's got a spot on Off the Rails. There's no damn doubt about it. And a long time ago, we thought that, we ought to have a small panel, and that way, it's not too many people talking over each other. And first off, keyword, too many people. I mean, if you ever sit at a big table, your Sunday lunch, at your grandparents' house, they got all the aunts and uncles. I mean, man, everyone's talking together because it's not just a bunch of people on a panel. it's a family at a dinner table, and you're sharing what you did through the week with your friends that you haven't talked to in a week. It's kind of like those Sunday dinners I used to have back in the day. I don't know if any of you folks out there with families still do your Sunday dinners, but totally take advantage of any time you have, whether it be family dinners or going to Arkansas and moving some damn furniture. I mean, you just never take that time for granted, and always remember it, because one day you're going to look back and you're going to remember those times and remember the good times that you had. Heard a story recently I read about Bret the Hitman Hart, and he always thought back in the day what would be his best times would be sitting out on the back porch, sitting down with Owen Hart and Kurt Hennig, just talking about the good old days. Because as you know, if you're a wrestling fan, Kurt Hennig and Owen Hart, two of the funniest guys behind the scenes in the locker rooms, ribbing each other and just having a great time. They could be the kind of guys where you'd be hanging out with them or whatever, and they would piss you off so much you just wanted to beat the shit out of them. But they had that power to change that situation into where that guy that wanted to beat the shit out of you is buying you tons of drinks at the bar, and wants to be your best friend. So it's that kind of power you may have over the people. But no, remember, not over the people. It's over the family, because that's what Comic Core truly is it's a part of the comic book community, but it's more so not even comic book community. It's more so just a family of people that have gotten together over the years. I think this probably is around our 1 year anniversary, maybe 1.5 or 2 on the Comic Core, but it's truly a family, and I am lucky, and I do thank God every day of my life that I get to be a part of something so special that brings peace and love throughout the community. And as the times go on through the community, it's a very jealous community out there. There's a lot of people that care more about subscriber count, view count, monetization, super chats, whatever. They care more about numbers and monetary value than they care about the lives that they're impacting on a daily basis. It's not just about statistics, Jalen Rose says, it's not just all about, the analytics and everything. It's about that moment that you're the one on the court, you're the one in front of the camera, and it's just working hard, and it's doing what you've learned from others or what you've come up with of your own self, and that's building something special. And that's where I lead into the last person I want to talk about from that comic book show on Friday night. Hottest show on Friday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, And I want to, before I announce this guy and let you know about him, I want you to know this show is the show on Friday nights where the whole panel, whoever is on that panel, it's time to kick off your shoes. You've been working Monday through Friday. Come on into the house. Be our neighbor. Put your Keds on and a damn vest if you have to, and go Mr. Rogers on it. Kick back, relax, unwind, have a drink, have some peace pipe, and man, have a good time, because for that next hour to next hour and a half, you're going to get some of the best freaking, comedy, if you will. You may not get all the comic knowledge you want, or you may not get what's hot books, or what's the top 10 things to buy, what's going to be expensive, but you're going to get some great reviews, you're going to get some picks of the week. And when those folks give picks of the week, they're not just showing a book saying, hey, this is a good book, this is my pick of the week. I think this is the top 10 or the ninth book on some kind of list. But what you're going to get is you're going to get the insides of the book. You know what I mean? You're going to be getting Kat Wren talking about, I don't know, she probably won't talk about Wonder Woman because she's such a superstar in her own right. She's talking about Wonder Woman, reviewing Wonder Woman. Probably the most, I would say, most popular female comic book character, hero, if you will, of all time. And she gets to review that title for DC fans, which is just excellent. You get Drew Manchu telling his point of view over comic books I'm not familiar with. So when he's giving you the lowdown on Black Hammer, I mean, not only is he giving you the lowdown, he's dropping the Black Hammer, all over you, man. And he's talking Jeff Lemire. And, just having a great time. Seawood19. Man, who can ask for another brother? This guy's always got your back, and he's not so close to where he's up on your ass crack. I mean, just a great guy, competitor, in the ring on WWE 2K19, if you know what I mean. I tell you what, in Woodard right now, I've already, like I said, I've already thought of the word I was going to use to lead into the rhyme. So the word popped in my head is back, See, you got to watch out. Seawood19, he'll put you on your back because he's a kick-ass guy when he's using Drew Gulak. I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple, like a teen popping a pimple, if you know what I mean. But everybody, man, it's just got a great feel to the show. And all of this, this guy always is so humble. One of the most humble people in the comic book community. I'm not talking about when he's showing off, slabs, or when he's showing you a hot key book, or, when he's showing you a cool statue or a cool figure or a Holy Grail or an AF-15 or an ASM 300 or just some kind of weird-ass sex freak listening to ASMR. But I'm talking Mark BKR 90. No, okay, no, not talking about Mark. But Mark, I didn't forget about you. But this guy's not known for, gimmicks like that. This guy's known for creating something in the community that's not like a club, or you don't have to be, hold like some of the coolest comics. You don't have to be a guy that only likes Golden Age. You don't have to be a guy that collects only Silver Age. You can be anything you want to be. If you want to collect these kick-ass variants, shoot, I've got like a pretty good variant collection. If you want to collect kick-ass modern books, because maybe the other stuff's a little too pricey, or maybe you just have fallen in love for the first time of what comic books offer, to you. You do that. I mean, Silver Age, Bronze, Copper. If you just want to do this. I mean, if you want to rub Mylar on your face, I mean, that's some of the best stuff ever. I mean, it's so clean, it's so clear, it's so crystal, it's archival, and it has made the revival from documents as the Declaration of Independence to, your comic book collection, So, rub Mylar on yourself. But, I mean, the best thing about the Comic Core is, we don't care, what your color is, how you sexually identify yourself, whether you're man, female, little bit of both, or maybe you don't want to be either one. You're going to have some fun when you hang out and join the Comic Core. So we've got this the guy I'm talking about, none of this would be possible without my good brother, Comic Core Chad. One half of Reviews from the Batcave with our other brother, Rich. Man, he was an awesome guy, but he took his ball and he ran with it a different direction. You can still find him on Facebook.com if you type in Saturday Morning Retro Cartoon Block, or is it Retro Saturday Morning Cartoon Block, or it could be Saturday Morning Retro Cartoon Block. But check that out. He really puts his time into that, and he's doing a lot of stuff with his family. But he knows, and Chad's told him once, and told him before, that he's always got his spot on the Comic Core. And let me tell you, if any guy can go off the rails, is good old Rich. He could really fucking go off the rails. I mean, good God Almighty. You thought Comic Core Chad, prank calling people's mothers was something. Dude, just wait till Rich gets somebody on the phone. God. Comic book stores, look the F out. He's coming at you from the Batcave, and he will dress up in full Kevlar and bring real life batarangs. So I'm just saying. But I blame Chad. Chad, I guess Chad was Robin, but Robin can't calm Batman down sometime. But anyways, we're lucky to have Comic Core Chad with us. One of the best people you can ever have in your corner. And I thank God every day that I have him as a brother and I have him as a part of my life. So, Chad, we love you, and we want you to, rest a little bit. I know it's Vincent K. McMahon. That's kind of how I envision Chad to be on the Comic Core, because he, eats, sleeps, Comic Core, repeat. I didn't want to say suplex because, I don't think Chad's been in the ring. I don't even think, Chad, you've done a German suplex on WWE 2K19. So we thank you, Chad. And I know Drew thanks you that you finally know how to tag him in the game. So, me and Carson, that's all right. Just gives me and Carson a little bit of a challenge, if you will. One thing that Carson's really good at, and Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson, by the way, is really good at, they are good at checking the chat. And I don't know how many people we have with us right now. We're going to find out. Oh, we do got 5 watching. So, that's really cool. So let's bring up the chat and see if we can get that working, man. How good is this? Look at this, man. We got Luis Ramirez. What's going on, man? Just too sweet. Jeff, Comic 813, dude. What's going on, brother? Great to see you here early morning, Jeff. Awesome. P.D. Hobbies, man, is here to see. The L-E-G to the E-N-D. Brother, it's great to see you here. P.D. Hobbies, man. All right, this guy, true. It's damn true when I'm talking to the Prince of New Zealand, and I'm talking about the uncanny Kyle Walker. The art chemist, man. It's great to see you here, too, tonight. Great to see everybody here live on the Great Legend Show. You may have heard before the Legend was retiring from the live shows, but this isn't so much a live show about comic books as it is the family known as the Comic Core. Man, so great to see y'all in the chat tonight. Man, so we've got this contest coming up on the Comic Core, and you're going to love it. And I'm going to let our good Comic Core member, Chuck Lindsay, from Chuck Load of Comics. His channel link is in the video description below. We got to be a part of Chuck Load's of comics. It's C2E2. Chuck Load, we interviewed people from his booth. He was nice enough to allow us to do that on his booth, and we're going to be paying the man back in Baltimore this year. But the Comic Core has a really cool contest going on, and Chuck's going to tell you about it real quick. So where's the gimmick at? Let me go to studio mode real quick. I want to make sure I don't goof it. Okay, there he is. That's him. That's the man known as Chuck. All right, so this is going to be really cool, and we'll have good old Chuck take it away.
Hey there, comic book fans. How would you like to win a trip for two to Baltimore Comic-Con? Well, your good friends at the Comic Corps are giving you a chance to do just that. How do you enter to win? It's super duper easy. Follow the link in the description of this video, find the Comic Corps on YouTube, and click that subscribe button. Once you're there, here's the fun part. Make a short video. Tell them why you are the superfan, why you should win the trip to Baltimore Comic-Con. The Comic Corps is going to pick one lucky winner, give them round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and 3-day passes to the largest comic book convention on the East Coast. Who is the Comic Corps, you may ask? Well, they're the largest comic community-run comics channel on YouTube, hosting live chats 5 nights a week, covering everything new in the world of comics, everything happening in the world of fandom. Find them on YouTube, click that subscribe button, make that video, and you could be flying away to Baltimore Comic-Con.
Man, dude, that's what it's all about. All you got to do, subscribe to the Comic Corps. Like I said, not only for Chuck, but the Comic Corps YouTube channel. Link is in the video description below. Do all that cool stuff Chuck said, you know. And, man, you could be hanging out with not only the great legend, which is really cool in its own right, but you could be hanging out with the Comic Corps, man. Wouldn't that be so much fun? So all you got to do, make sure you subscribe to the Comic Corps, make a video, let somebody know. I mean, this is, you know, that's the thing. We got to get with the Comic Corps and find out, you know, where are we going to put the entries, but just make sure you get in touch with someone from the Comic Corps. I'm sure someone on the Comic Corps will probably put together a playlist of everybody's video entries, and that'll probably be me. I need to work on Comic Corps' channel page, working on the playlist, and that's what I'll be doing soon in the future, as I'm not going to be doing many live shows on this channel, unless it's a special truth or a special gaming stream we might be pulling off. But you never know what you're going to have in store when you watch that Comic Corps. They got live content Monday through Friday. You start with Mondays on Story Comic Corps. Go on in, and you know that's where they've been talking about Why the Last Man, along with Whitewell Comics, Comic Head 84, Caleb Comic Smurf Murphy, Chad MF90, where have you been? I think he's been missing the shows, but don't worry, no fear. Gone Too Soon is here. My good friend Jason, Comics Misexplained. So check them out as they go over the book, Why the Last Man. One of the best books ever written. Simple. Tuesday, you got the Golden Guys. And when you watch the Golden Guys, you've got a big surprise, because not only are they getting laid, they're taking you back to the Golden Age. And when they do, you're going to learn all about it. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Golden Guys. Thank you for being a friend. You've got my favorite, Peter Petruski, a.k.a. Paste Pot Pete, a.k.a. J.D. Comics, man. One of the greatest guys you're ever going to see in the YouTube comic book community. And then this next guy, you know him from the No Faces chat that's on Monday nights. And I'm talking D.S. Comics. We had a rough patch, you know, when we met, because, you know, I think the persona kind of showed him the wrong side of the legend. You know, that cocky-ass guy, that heel persona, if you will, kind of like that Kurt Hennig Mr. Perfect, one of the coolest heels of all time, and just one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. And you got a great friend of mine sent me this game, Destiny 2, because he works for Bungie, but he also collects Golden Age comics, and I'm talking Knights of Old 83, and he looks young. He looks like a good-looking enough guy. Maybe he was born in 1983. I tell you where I was watching Return of the Jedi at the movie theater. That's the very first Star Wars film I saw at the movie theaters in 1983. So, cool little trivia if you're a Star Wars fan. And if you want more information on that Star Wars celebration, you may have saw our good brother, Chuck Loda Comics, wearing. Check that out. He went to that Star Wars celebration in Florida, I believe it was. So, man, that's freaking really cool. So, again, let's check this chat and see where it's at, man. We got 1,000 people watching right now. What's up? I did an homage Silver Surfer drawing. All the art chemist, man. That's what it's all about, dude. Whoa! What's up, Sam? Great to see Sam, the architect. I mean, probably one of the greatest guys in the comic book community. You know, he ain't got no beef with no one. All he's got is knowledge for the Marvel Silver Age, man. He is like, if you ever need any questions answered, he's like the Marvel Encyclopedia. So if you don't want to pay for that thick Marvel Encyclopedia that DK Publishing puts out every so often, make sure you check out Sam's Tangled Web. You know, man, what a great guy. I hope you've enjoyed, this live show tonight. This was a lot of fun to do. If you did not see the very rhymes at the beginning of the show, definitely try to just freaking check those out, man. That thing, I mean, those rhymes were freaking amazing. So check out the rhymes at the very beginning of this broadcast tonight. Coming at Legend live from Baltimore. Compliments from the Comic Corps. That's what it's all about, man. You're going to be coming at Legend live. You're going to be coming at me live. I'm not going to be coming at you live. You're going to be coming at me live in Baltimore if you win this contest. And, man, you are going to have a lot of fun. Before I go, I almost wanted to go, but I wanted to see if we can bring up, so I'm going to go to studio mode so I don't look like a goof. We're going to see if we can bring up the there it is, the Baltimore Comic-Con, and see about some of the people that are going to be at the Comic-Con. So let's check that out real quick. We got 3 big days, October 18th through the 20th. We are 127 days, 0 hours away. Man, 19 minutes and 20 seconds to the day. Baltimore Comic-Con. I've already got my press passes for this con, so I'm very excited to go. And there you have it on the front page. You get to see some of the people that are going to be there. Check these folks out. Let's scroll down a little bit. Announced guests so far for 2019. We're going to go in alphabetical order because I like going from A to C, because that's how the great Legend does his routine, if you know what I mean. So let the announcing begin, since I've got all of you here, my family, my friends. We got Neil Adams in the house. It's going to be great to see Neil Adams. We got a great commission done for our good friend, the Dragon, the Slab Dragon, TJ Watson. And that was Neil Adams. He did a sketch of Daredevil. Looked excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. A lot of the guys in the comic book community came together and put down some coin, and they made a man happy. They made a man cry. They made a King of Slabs, man, become a slab dragon. Actually, they made a slab dragon get slain by the TJ King of Slab. I think Slab, I never liked Slab Dragon, honestly. I don't like that as a nickname. He's the king of slabs. It's got a better ring to it. Slab Dragon sounds like a bunch of damn millennials made it up. Ugh. God. How about this guy? Aranzanta. We got Brian Azzarello, Mark Buckingham, Jim Calafiore, Richard Case, Castillo Studios. I wonder if that's our good friend, Mr. Christopher Castillo. One of my favorites and an underrated guy, Howard Chaykin. You know, he did the Buck Rogers, Hermie Press Buck Rogers, and I freaking loved it. Totally loved it. Frank Cho. Yes. Frank Cho's going to be there. Amy Chu. Steve Conley. Katie Cook. Christina Deke Linzer. Garth Ennis. Only Friday and Saturday. Make sure you check out Garth Ennis and make sure you're there for the guy that made the boys. Ramona Fraden. Thank you, Ramona. It's going to be great to see you again. Julie Fuji Sakai. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Gerhard. Juanjo Guaranido. Bob Hall. Coley Hammer. Coley Hamner. Damn. Greg Hildebrandt. Adam Hughes. Did someone say Adam Hughes? Great looking art, man. Go back in time. You know, he could easily be a Norman Rockwell painter. He really brings back that Norman Rockwell style of the 50s. Jamal Agile. Klaus Janson. Dude, remember Klaus Janson and Frank Miller, The Dark Knight Returns? I know some of you do, because it was cool. Justin Jordan. Chris Kemple. Matt Kent. Dude, I may get some of my Frankenstein Agents of Shade signed by him. Love me some Matt Kent. Charlene Kent. Hello, Charlene. Are y'all related? Or do y'all just see each other sometime? Tom King. I know a lot of fans have been really happy with Tom King's Batman. Greg Land, courtesy of the Hero Initiative, and if you didn't know, the great legend was a part of the Hero Initiative live auction hosted by Strictly Comics, my good friend Edwin, and myself over there on the Great Legend Show, the channel you're on. We did about 4 days of the Hero Initiative. We did a 4-day auction, a comic book auction for the Hero Initiative, and we raised over $10,000. You know, isn't that amazing? You know what's more amazing is, jerk-offs that try to say, the auctions, you shouldn't do those. Those are illegal, and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like people trying to ruin a good thing. So thank you so much for doing that, and, possibly hurting the fact that in 2019, possibly we can raise not only 10,000 but 15 or 20,000. So, try not to be a jerk off and try to ruin auctions for everybody there, buddy. Next up, Jeff Lemire. Man, great to see Jeff Lemire. I loved him on Animal Man. Of course, I told you Drew Manchu had some great stuff to say about Jeff Lemire's writing on Black Hammer. Joe Linsner is here. Mike Manley. It's good to be manly. Ron Mars. John McCrea, another courtesy of Hero Initiative. Thank you, Hero Initiative. Big shout out to Christina. Wink, wink. Bob McLeod is here. Carla Speed McNeil. Another good one here, people. Pop Mon. You definitely want to see some Pop Mon. Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. Great to see Edgardo. Mark Morales. Sean Gordon Murphy, man. Sean, it's going to be great to see you again. Kevin Nolan, courtesy of the Hero Initiative. Greg Pack. Paul Pelletier. It's going to be great to see Paul Pelletier here in Baltimore. Mike Perkins. David Peterson. Tom Rennie. Afua Richardson. Rafir Roberts. Craig Rousseau. Andy Runton. Stan Sakai. Bob Sharek is going to be there. Erica Schultz. Bart Sears. Louise Simonson. And JD Walter Simonson. Big shout out. JD Comics loves him some Walter Simonson, as well as many in the comic book community do. Andy Smith, man. Andy, it's going to great to see you. Allison Sohn. Brian Fleas. Lar Fleas. Dude, one word. All you need's one word. Steranko. You don't even need to say Jim, just Steranko. William Stout. How about this one for all you Batman Adventures fans? Ty Templeton. Hey, did someone say Billy Tucci? Is there a Billy Tucci in the house? Well, I just so happened. Well, let's see. Is that it? Is that you, Billy? No, it's Ghostbusters Annual. Well, I have a nice Billy Tucci book gifted to me by none other than Amazing Murfinator and Billy Tucci. You know, we'll do it like the Bible, won't we? We'll put that in red lettering. I don't want you to check this book out here. Billy Tucci's A Child is Born, signed by Billy freaking Tucci. Or at least, is that Paul Mounts? No, that's signed by Paul Mounts and Billy Tucci. I think it's a double sig there. Got this from my good brother, Amazing Murfinator. You can see him right up there, people. Amazing Murfinator, 1028, $100 super chat. Big shout out to Amazing Murfinator for giving me this book. Me and him, we're believers. You know, we know this little baby here was the reason why I'm still here and why I'm still wearing a beanie. So, God bless Amazing Murfinator. God bless each and every one of you in the chat. And before we get back to this long list of special guests you're going to get to see in Baltimore, let's check the chat again. It's great to see more people in the chat. We got OMG Chris, man, one of the best comic collectors, statue collectors, toy collectors, Funko collectors, Instagram guys you're ever going to see in the comic book community, man. Frank Miller hooked me as a boy to collect comics, man. Great stories, great stories. What is up, my main man, the great J. Rod Ham 78. He says good morning. He's up early. He's about drinking that coffee and getting ready for some work. Man, J. Rod, good to see you this morning. Thanks for hanging out. I couldn't sleep, so I thought, why not get on here and, do a little live show and promote a really cool contest coming at Legend Live from Baltimore. Compliments of the Comic Corps. And, of course, this is just a fun live show. Most likely I'll make a little 30-second or 1-minute video later down the line before the contest ends, because this is going to be something really cool that everyone can be a part of. So this is exciting. The Comic Corps, you make a video, you tell us why you want to be at Baltimore with the Comic Corps, and every member of the Comic Corps that we have in our Comic Corps shows that you see throughout the week, Monday through Friday. We're going to all do a voting process that'll be confidential. No one's going to know who voted on who. We're going to do it like that. So it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait for that. And like I said, and let's get back to these guests real quick. And we've got Billy Tucci, like I said. Billy Tucci, we're going to... Oh, my God, Robert Venditti's going to be there. Oh, man, the only thing I hate about out-of-state cons is... especially for this con, since we're going to have two vending spaces there. The Comic Corps is going to have two vending spaces, and we're planning on just we're planning on just being live the whole time we're there, with drop-in, drop-out members of the Comic Corps hosting the show and really getting to know some of these comic book creators and special guests that's going to be at Baltimore Comic Corps this year. Mark Wade. Dude, Mark Wade is freaking awesome. I'm so glad Mark Wade's going to be there. One of the best. We have Adam Warren, courtesy of the Hero Initiative. Like I said before, Hero Initiative, the comic book community as a whole, raised over $10,000 for the Hero Initiative when our good friend Edwin's from Strictly Comics and myself, we hosted an auction, a 4-day auction that raised a lot of money. And it just wasn't us. It was everyone that donated items out of the goodness of their heart. And they made that happen. So God bless them for that. Lee Weeks, man. It's going to be cool to see Lee Weeks. We got Bob Weakick. Dude, that's one of the names I just can't pronounce. Frank. Not Punisher. Four-Way Flashers. That's who I want. I want Mike. Mike. How do I say Bob Was this Weasick? Weakick? We got Marv Wolfman, though, courtesy of the Hero Initiative. So we will be spending a lot of time with Marv Wolfman. I think we're also going to be doing stuff for the Hero Initiative at Baltimore Comic-Con. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that to be the case. So maybe Christina will be there. I don't know. But I definitely can get her on the phone and plan something with her and plan something with some of these awesome creators that are coming courtesy of the Hero Initiative. So it's going to be very exciting. John Workman's going to be there. Kelly Yates and Tom Zoller will be there. And there is going to be more to be announced. So very excited for this. Drew Manchu, of course, living in he lives in Baltimore, but I don't know if Drew Manchu's going to be able to be with us because I think he's going to be doing some Disney World stuff with his family. So we're going to miss Drew definitely if he can't make it. But there's going to be so many people from the comic book community show up for Baltimore Comic-Con. And if you've ever dreamed about going to Baltimore, maybe you live out of state and you just don't travel a lot and you want to have, hang out with the Comic Corps, free air travel, hotel, or if we're staying at a B&B, you're going to be well taken care of, and we're just going to have a great freaking time. I mean, you're going to get to be on a panel hosting live shows as the Baltimore Con is going on. So totally freaking awesome. We're going to have a hell of a time. Let's check the chat one more time before I head out for the morning here. I'm so glad y'all are watching. Like I said, we're going to go from the top to the bottom of all the folks that have hung out with us tonight here on the Great Legend Show. Thank you, Luis Ramirez 504, Jeff Comic 813, PD Hobbies, man, one of the best, the Uncanny Kyle Walker, the Prince of New Zealand, the Art Chemist, man. All right, first off, Art Chemist, I want to make sure here. We're going to go to your channel. Damn, I knew. I didn't know, but I thought I was subscribed, but I'm not subscribed. But I am your 87th freaking subscriber. And I think I've seen you on other people's shows too. So, Art Chemist, I'm finally on the Art Chemist train, and I'm excited. All right, so, and Sam's Tangle Web, Burn It Down, Sam, OMG Chris, and J-Rod Ham. No doubt about it. These men were in the chat tonight, rocking and rolling with the Great Legend Show. Dude, I hope my sound wasn't too messed up. I think I actually started playing maybe some of the rhymes. I'm not really sure. Can I listen to that? No, I don't hear anything. It just says, please stand by. That's good, though. That's good. So we don't want to have any sound effects. But I could end it on that rhyme that I did. Let's do that. Let's end it on the rhyme. Because I thought it was a pretty good rhyme. You know what I mean? I thought it was freaking jit. Dude, I thought it was like La Parka legit, I thought it was like too legit to quit legit. And you're going to hear that rhyme here in a minute. But, okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. I'm going to go ahead and play Chuck's video one last time so you can get some stuff about the contest. And then we're going to close it out with some dope-ass rhymes, man, because my main man, Big E Shaq, he loves ending the show on some rhymes. So we're going to do that real quick. So let me make sure we get to our display capture.
Hey.
Whoa, Chuck, settle down, brother. And we're going to go back to Chuck Load of Comics with this important message. So let's see what he's got to say and how you can win a trip to Baltimore Comic-Con. Baltimore Comic-Con compliments of the Comic-Con. Just check it out. Just check this out. This is awesome.
Hey there, comic book fans. How would you like to win a trip for two to Baltimore Comic-Con? Well, your good friends at the Comic-Con are giving you a chance to do just that. How do you enter to win? It's super duper easy. Follow the link in the description of this video. Find the Comic-Con on YouTube and click that subscribe button. Once you're there, here's the fun part. Make a short video. Tell them why you are the superfan, why you should win the trip to Baltimore Comic-Con. The Comic-Con is going to pick one lucky winner, give them round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and 3-day passes to the largest comic book convention on the East Coast. Who is the Comic-Con, you may ask? Well, they're the largest comic community-run comics channel on YouTube, hosting live chats 5 nights a week, covering everything new in the world of comics, everything happening in the world of fandom. Find them on YouTube, click that subscribe button, make that video, and you could be flying away to Baltimore Comic-Con.
Dude, I tell you, man, that guy's voice might even be better than mine. Maybe. It just, it all depends. Chicago guy, he's got the best voice. Southern guy, Texas guy, best voice down here. But, man, let me tell you, great buddy, Chuck Load of Comics. What a great guy to hang out with. I want to thank the 7 viewers we had tonight that watched the Great Legend show live and concurrently and just hung out and had a good time with us. And we're going to go to that rhyme and we're going to see what y'all think. Man, the legend was freestyling at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to freestyle again because I think all my rhymes are already out the window. But, man, this is the Great Legend. Thank y'all so much for watching. Saying peace out. God bless. Great Legend, I'm coming at you live. I come at you 9 to 5, but hey, that's okay. It's 3 a.m. It is time for the legend to begin. We're going to be rhyming about a trip to Baltimore, no doubt, no shit. My main man, Drew Manchu, he lives there. Damn, I hope he puts on his underwear. You never know how the flow's gonna go when you're watching the Great Legend on the Great Legend show. Why don't we see the face that runs the place? I'm a rapping and a rhyming all over the place, I got the flow, I got the rhymes. The Great Legend goes freestyle time to time. You know how I do it, don't deny. Everybody wants to be a me like fly. You know how we roll, you know how we go. I've already said it before, the Great Legend show. You never really know what's going on the Comic-Con. So check Friday night off the rails for show. Keep the rhymes Keep the times, keep the flow damn straight. Now you know the Common Core's got a contest. You gotta be the best. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. They always live Monday through Friday. You never know what time because it's on the core. Who could ask for anything more? I could keep going. You know, I see 5 seconds in the future, 5 seconds of time. It allows me to buffer like a crazy mother effing fucker. But you know I ain't here to cuss. I'm not trying to ride that short bus. I'm here to say bust a rhyme. It is about contest time. Go to Baltimore Comic-Con. Stay 3 days and it feels like you're smoking the bong. But that ain't how we gonna roll. It's gonna be a good time. That's for sure.